Well, the heat is on. Slate magazine now following an opinion piece on the pregnancy announcement from Vice President Vance and Usha Vance about their fourth child. Now, this is an incredible blessing, but they found something negative. That piece reads, quote, "For all we know, there was never any trouble in their marriage, and the cognitive dissonance is pure projection. But it does make a kind of sick sense that if Vance can't have a white wife standing next to him, as he clearly looks toward the 2028 presidential election, the next best thing is to have a pregnant one." I can't even believe that's in print, but it is. This piece receiving swift backlash on social media. An ex-user posted, "This is, and I mean this with utter sincerity, the most gutter, vile, misogynist trash from Slate." Another ex posted, "Slate writer just pinned the nastiest attack on Usha Vance." Wow. Kaylee.
Yeah, why are we here? It's because people like Jen Psaki chose to go on their television show and chose to say things like, "Blink 4 times, come over here and we will save you from your marriage." Okay, so people started questioning the Vance's marriage, and that is disgusting.
Wow.
The notion that Usha needs to be saved or is pregnant for some vanity thing, absolutely not. Usha Vance spoke so lovingly at the RNC convention about JD Vance. She said he approached our differences with curiosity. He learned to cook Indian food for my mother. He learned to adapt to my vegetarian diet, even though he's a meat and potatoes guy. And she said she could not live her life without him. They are deeply in love, and she is now pregnant. She doesn't need saving. This is not some stunt. She is someone who is a Yale graduate, undergrad, Cambridge graduate, master's, Yale, JD. She doesn't need Jen Psaki to save her. And this Slate piece, I mean, it'll go into the dustbin of history because these two could have big future in the White House. She could be First Lady.
Kaylee.
Yeah, I think it's interesting that one of the things that this writer seemed to take particular issue with, one of the quotes was that Usha Vance decided to put her career on hold to have 4 kids and to support her husband as he made his way into the White House to be vice president. I mean, God forbid a woman love her husband and want to support him in one of the biggest roles that he could ever possibly have, and that she prioritized their family and their children over her own career in that sense. And maybe one day she'll go back to having a career, and I'm sure that she'll be incredibly successful if she does. But this is the decision that she wanted to make, and this is the response of the left. And I do think that it just goes to show how very narrow and toxic the left's worldview is, because what's really going on here is that because Usha Vance is a woman of color, the left believes that she has to think a certain way, that she could not possibly break from the liberal mindset that they assume that people of color, that women in particular, should ascribe to. And that's what it's a bitterness, it's a vindictiveness against her for breaking from that mold.
Well, I tell you, the cannibalism on the left is really harsh. I was a mom first at 40. It happens. It's not easy. This is really harsh from the left. Why are they so darn hungry and thirsty?
I would say on this one, which is single cell amoeba, I mean, it's bad. But I think the way to look at it, and I say this for both AOC and Elizabeth Warren, who I never agree with on any of their policies, or JD Vance, you have to respect these people that go into public service because you know with certainty this kind of trash is coming at them in a thunderstorm every day, every single day of their lives, left and right, blue and red. It doesn't matter. You put yourself out there and you're going to get this stuff. And if you don't have thick skin, you can't make it.
Yeah, but the families don't sign up for that. I get you. I get what you're saying.
I just think, but I remember having these comments. I can't even mention the name. I mean, it's just, this thing is. And I feel for them. Imagine, I feel for AOC. I'm actually saying that. I don't agree on anything she does, but I know she takes the hits every day.
But it's different. It's different being a woman on the right. The women on the left don't experience the same sort of vitriol and the same sort of personal attacks that women on the right frequently do. Kaylee, you know this better than anyone, being in a forward-facing role at the White House. The standards very much so are different.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, a great tip to my point that I was going to make, which is that to have this become racial, it is so misogynistic, it is so vile to quote the backlash that we saw. And the double standard is so glaring. When they make it racial, Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez has a partner of a different race, and you never hear anything about that, rightly so. Ilhan Omar is pictured with a partner of a different race. You never hear anything about that, rightly so. The only people to bring race into everything in these relationships are the left, because it not only defines their expectations of how someone should feel and behave and do, but it also, for some reason, gets to be published. What sickens me the most about this is actually not quite the point of view, although that's nauseating enough. It's the publisher that said, yes, I will publish this for you. And for them to call it as part of a mini baby boom at the White House, to somehow create a political strategy from what is only a blessing and a gift can only come from the gutter that is the left-leaning detritus.
Look at the press he's getting, and we're giving him right now. That's why they did it in the first place. It's so outrageous. It went viral in 28 minutes. It blew up everywhere.
May I also say this, that another double standard I saw, when you read the accolades of Usha, rightly so, Michelle Obama had a similar. She was an attorney. She was a practicing attorney. I heard nothing about how she made that beautiful decision to raise the daughters and support her husband in a really incredible role. I heard nothing about the career that she was throwing away.
Shots at her these days.
Great point.
The whole point is, if you are conservative, you get such heat and you get a pass for making everything racial. It is so unacceptable. I hope that publisher gets a call from someone a lot more important than they are.
Yeah, that is so interesting that you brought that up, Emily, too, because just to widen it out beyond, children, with Kamala Harris, race was such an issue on the left. They wanted her to lean into the black community as hard, almost to ridiculous. Oh, speak differently. Whatever the messaging was behind, she had a completely different dialect when she would try
and a different partner of a different race too.
She has a white husband.
Yeah,
but instead of saying, "Hey, as a unifier," the whole hope and change from Obama, they thought, "No, let's go hard on the race side." It backfired mightily.
But can we agree, if you go into politics, get ready to rock and roll, because that's what you're going to get. Your whole life.
If you're on the right. I mean, you get the glossy magazine covers if you are on the left. And like Kamala, look, she had an unconventional parenting. She married. She said, her stepchildren called her Mamala, and it was celebrated, as it should be. Families should be celebrated.
And she lost.
But not if you're on the right.
And she lost.
Yes, because the American people put their verdict in.
Hey, everyone. I'm Emily Compagno. Catch me and my co-hosts Harris Faulkner and Kaylee McEnany on Outnumbered every weekday at 12 p.m. Eastern, or set your DVR. Also, don't forget to subscribe to the Fox News YouTube page for daily highlights.